I had a strange encounter with Kuatra, who was entrusted by Mar to deliver the strange box to. I wasn't. Wow, nailed. Good start. Good start. Kuatra seemed to be afraid of whatever lies within it, so I showed it to him. When I showed it to him, he became so frightened. I don't think the lines, the weird contrast behind it's not helping me out very much. The weird lines are not great for legibility a little bit. Blah. When I showed it to him, he became so frightened that he began to babble and then took flight. From what I could make out from the man's ramblings, he wanted me to take the box to someone named Braskin who lives somewhere in the southwestern section of the hive. I can only hope this Braskin fellow will clear things up and take this box off my hands. I can't help but feel a little bit uneasy every time I look at it. I think there's a missing word there. There's a missing word there. I decided to go through my quest log and try to just clear out stuff that is doable at this point, because we have a decent number of we've got like these 4 main regions poked in this map and a few other things, so it's like we can kind of like start figuring out what these people want, and it's no longer this massive open thing of whether or not we know who these people are or when we'll see them. Braskin's Kip. We've even been here before. Because yeah, I could use experience potentially to deal with that.
What's up?
Deal with challenges that have come up.
Oh, you alley-bred dog.
But also I would like to just sort of like close the book on some of the stuff and just kind of clean up my nightmare inventory. My nightmare journal of loose ends that I should stop having stacked up. All right. Good start to the episode. I think talking is just like hey, stress test your sinuses. Let's go. Want to find out? Ah, I'm human. Sorry, it's incurable. Fuck! Stop. All right, how do I get in this door? Just trying to start this episode, and I'm just like physically and sinusly failing. Oh, I'm like opening it. I'm clicking on the fucking toggle of the door opening and closing and not going through it. Bit confusing, but gotcha. I think I came to the conclusion that I'm kind of disappointed by the Ingress quest. And I know that whenever I talk about anything in a game like this, it's open to the response that maybe there's like, oh yeah, well you got the boring solution. There's actually 75 alternate endings, or maybe that was the only real way of solving it. Who knows? Like I don't know. I'm not looking up a guide for every quest before or after solving it, so I don't know what the possibilities are exactly. And sometimes games like this, or Vampire the Masquerade, or other stuff like, or Fallout 1, because they're not entirely based around like BioWare style, like fight your way through the dungeon, talk to the person, pick one of which of the 3 options you want to do. Because it's not handled that way necessarily, the options you're missing are not potentially even surfaced, so you don't even know what choices you didn't even think to make potentially, and these can have a lot going on or not that much going on, and I never know which one in the moment-to-moment case or whatever. But overall, that character introduces the portals to you as a concept, and as somebody specifically plagued by them, so it kind of feels like you should have to deal with portals in order to solve their problem, and like learn more about their character or their backstory or their trauma, or kind of just deal with it on some deeper level, really. But really what we did is we found one interesting character who was trapped by portal problems and has been suffering and paranoid and horrified ever since. Then we found a different character that's like a master of portals and is like semi-ethereal because he like comes in and out of even being in physical space and whatever. And it's like, and there's a lot going on with that character, and they're really interesting. And then the second character just solves the first character's problem off camera. Like, oh yeah, I could deal with that. And then you just hear about how it's solved. Maybe, I mean, we don't even know. I was a little iffy on the idea of entrusting Ingress to somebody that we've just met, even though that's everyone in the game. Because what if they did have ulterior motives? And like, what if they did like do something bad? Like they killed off Ingress or something and then just pretended to do what I wanted. Like that kind of possibility is out there technically, but it kind of does just sound like it was just an open and closed case of person has problem, second character can solve problem, tell second character about first character, then tell first character about second character, and then off camera it happens, and then you just get told things worked out. Here's some creepy teeth, and it's like, okay, huh? Like it's not massively out of proportion with how quests often work in games. It's just that both of those characters and the situation that she was in seemed so interesting that the solution feels underwhelming for that particular premise. It was more interesting hearing about the problem than it was actually solving it, I guess. I don't know. What? You again? Unless you have some business with me, I suggest you leave my house immediately. I might just like jump around and give people voices and whatnot, but when I'm not gonna remember most of their voices, so I'll if we encounter a character I saw 4 hours ago and I see him again, it will not match, because I do not. There's no way to keep track of even what voices I gave all these people. There's like dozens of them. Some people say write them down, and I'm like, what? One, there's just so many characters that would be incredibly time consuming to try to keep track of live, and like a journal or something. Like I'd have pages and pages of names written down. But also, like, how do you, as somebody who's not a professional voice actor, I don't have like a stable of voices that have like names that I know how to describe or label. So I can't write down a voice. It's just a thing I do. Sometimes I don't even remember how I did it. It just happens in the whim. But that's the if you've noticed inconsistencies so far, it's because that's inevitable. Unless it's like an Astra situation where the whole game has 5 characters, that's gonna be a real struggle to maintain anyone's voices. I was told to deliver this box into your care. Well, why didn't you say so? So hand it over. You can be on your way. As you present the box to Braskin, his expression changes from one of anticipation to that of amusement. Whoa there. I won't fall for that trick a second time. Put that thing away and leave. I don't understand. Why won't anyone take this box? First Quatra, now you. You say Quatra? Braskin lets out a great bellow of laughter. Why, that's the fellow who bought the box off me. Thought he got the best of me when he bought it. I guess he figured the gem alone was more than worth the price he paid me. Poor fellow didn't realize what he got himself into till it was too late. Just what's so horrible about this box? You mean you really don't know anything about that box you're holding? Well, guess it won't hurt to tell you what I know. First off, so you don't get any ideas in your head, the curse on the box only affects the current owner of the box. And to be the owner of the box, you have to willingly take possession of it. There goes the idea of just leaving the box for someone else to find. Okay, so what's in the box? Now that is a good question. That box has been around the hive since anyone can remember. There are many rumors flying about. As you can imagine, over time the truth has been warped a little bit further with each retelling of the story. Go on. I've heard many a story about that box, and they all seem to have a recurring theme. The name given to that foul thing is Morador's box, and the owner of the box will die should he or anyone else open it. As to the contents, who knows? Some say it's an ancient dragon, while others say it's the evil soul of Morador himself. I can't tell for sure, but just by looking at it, any soul could tell it's something evil, and one would have to be a fool to open it. What am I supposed to do with it? I would suggest you go see Shilandra. She lives in the northeastern region of the hive. It was from her that I won the box. Who knows? Maybe she will have some more knowledge about what to do with it. Or you can find some other clueless Burk to take it off your hands. It's up to you. I wish you luck. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
So the only curse is that it's dangerous to open? Ah, God. Nah. My sinuses were fine until I started sneezing right at the beginning of this episode, and now they're not so fine. So every time I start talking, it kind of like reawakens bad. Uh-oh. Okay. That's a dangerous chunk of map. They said northwestern, but yeah, Shilandra's up here in the northeast. You can't trick me. Oh my fucking god, there's so many enemies in this game. I think due to its association with Disco Elysium, I was sold on this being a game that doesn't really have so much combat. And it does not seem entirely true. I think I've been told the sequel might be devoid of combat. Disco Elysium definitely doesn't have any combat.
What?
Any violence takes place entirely via conversation trees that check in on your stats and previous decisions and what people think about you, and like the choose your own adventure combat. Oh, the character you're currently selecting changes which inventory is on the bottom of the screen. That's how you do it outside of combat. And I just usually have them both selected, which means the Nameless One's inventory. Gotcha. That's okay. That's how you navigate that stuff. And you still need to find a blacksmith or something to sell all this nonsense to. Oh, I keep opening doors as a separate interaction than going through doors. If the only curse is that it kills you for opening it, it kind of almost sounds pointless to resolve this. Like, my character can't die, so if he opens it, he probably just wakes up at the place again, and it's like, oh, that's kind of annoying. But it almost feels like it would work as like the a dark sign from Dark Souls 1, which is the item that kills you to make you respawn in case you just need to, in case you're stuck basically, or potentially as a way of just fast traveling back to a checkpoint if there's not a cliff to jump off nearby. Homeward Bone, or whatever equivalent a game has, is better because it lets you keep all your souls, so there's no penalty for death. It's just a nice fast travel, but a limited resource. But you know, the dark sign's there if you need it. And this could be my dark sign. It's my respawn box. It does take up an inventory slot though that I don't really need to have full all the time. And yet another interruption. A person cannot even find privacy within one's own home. Please, leave, before I summon the guards, or better yet, I'll try out a new spell I've been toying with. I wish to learn more about this box. You hold out the Mordor's box for Shilandra to examine. Ah, yes. I remember this box well. I acquired it some time ago. What do you wish to know about it? Who did you get this from? Let me think. I don't recall whom I got it from. I just remember I was down in the marketplace looking for some spell components when some person offered me this box. After testing the box, I found it to be cursed, but was intrigued by the spells woven into the box, so I purchased it anyway. If you were so intrigued by the box, what made you decide to give it away? I was so young and brash back then. In my relentless pursuit of knowledge, I carefully undid one of the spells. Look closely at the box. It was like new when I had it. The signs of decay are an indication that the spells are weakening. I realized I was in danger if I kept the box any longer, so I held a contest to get rid of it. A contest? It was the most expedient way to get rid of it. I simply invited all the bashers in the hive to fight each other to determine who was best. Bashers are notorious for having big muscles and not much upstairs, if you know what I mean. They came like flies to honey. I offered some money and the box was as a prize. I believe some basher named Braskin won the contest. I have more questions I wish to ask. What else do you wish to know? You seem to know something of magic. Can you tell me what spells have been put on this box? For many years I studied the box and tried to learn its secrets. Spell upon spell upon spell has been woven into it. To my amazement, my studies revealed that all the spells are of the type used to confine fiends. Fiends? You mean there are fiends trapped within this box? No, not fiends. A fiend. And judging by the sophistication and power of these spells, it would have to be one of significant standing and power in its realm. Can you safely remove the spells on this box? Seeking to remove yourself from this box, eh? That spell is the worst of them all. Basically, that particular spell draws energy from the current owner of the box and uses it to power one of the spells of confinement. That isn't the worst of it. The fiend inside can smell this energy and would more than likely hunt down that person should it escape. It's really a no-win situation though in that box. Either it drains you dry of your energy, or the fiend within kills you. I see. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask... Do you know the history behind this box? The only thing I have been able to learn is its name. It's called Morador's box. As to who this Morador is, or the origins of the box, I do not know. Is there a way to safely dispose of Morador's box without hurting anyone? I'm not strong enough to fight or banish such a creature. It's been ages since I've been there. But there was a cathedral located in the middle of the Alley of Dangerous Angles. A priest, or someone who gains their power from a higher source, might be able to help you. You've been a great help. Thanks.
Updated my journal.
This is a dangerous thought process, but my immediate reaction is to be like, new party member? Fiend is party member? She's not a vendor or a trainer. Like, what if the fiend was a new party member?
I'm gone.
Definitely had something like that happen before. So we gotta go back to the Alley of Dangerous Angles, which is here, I think.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
We're always being watched.
All right.
Oh, I can go up here. Black Rose. This man moves with frightening speed, and he seems only half there. His eyes burn out his haze, and their madness pierces your heart. You. His voice is like a blast of cold air. Declare your allegiance. Do you hold for good or evil? Neither. Extremes are dangerous. What kind of radical would choose between good and evil? I am an internal centrist, some kind of neutral point, you know, between good and evil. So just less evil. Great. Who the fuck is that for? I believe in aiding those less fortunate than myself. I choose good. There's a man named Rotten William. He is a dark and deceitful man. He is the leader of the Dark Alley Shivs. Find him in this alley and slay him, and you will serve the cause of goodness. Fail, and evil shall rise. Refuse, and I shall slay you. Rotten William's already dead. Your next task is to slay Crystal, leader of the Razor Angels. Balance requires her death. Balance? I can't even ask who she is. I'm guessing the Razor Angels are pretty good. Rotten Williams sounds like a bad name, and Razor Angels sounds kind of awesome by comparison. But also, just the fact that you're like, do you serve good or evil? They didn't follow that up. He says that killing Rotten William is a cause for good, but then Crystal, her death requires balance is required for balance. I'm like, that means that means it's bad. That means it's no, I won't do it. His fiery eyes slit and he whispers, "Then you are an enemy." With a blur of motion, he attacks. Huh. Thanks for the experience. Die now.
What's the word, Chief?
Quick, taunt him so he doesn't do enough murder on me.
Filthy sod.
Filthy sod.
You see?
Damn.
Wow, I just did a lot of damage to him.
You see
Wow,
that?
wow, his crits are not that strong. We're not landing a lot of hits now. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. That's a whole bunch of them. Oh, that's a lot of attacks in a row. Look at us go. Is this person joining the fight?
All right.
All right. He only had 5 coppers on him. Well, rude. Hello, Razor Angels. Are you guys cool? Then right there, someone will be coming to talk to you. Why not greet him with your blood? Jeez. Fine, I'll wait here. Someone gonna come and talk to me? Okay, well. I'm bored. Hi, the person over there wanted me to kill you. Was that good or bad? You see a cool, collected woman. Her face is set in hard, determined lines. Her voice is low and firm. I am Crystal, leader of the Razor Angels. You are in our home. What do you want of me? Tell me about the Razor Angels. We came here when bigger gangs took over the trash warrens near Ragpicker's Square. We got here right around the same time as the Dark Alley Shivs, who've set up Kip on the other side of the alley. They're a bunch of murderous thugs. And here she pauses. We're thugs, but we don't kill if we can help it. We just need to make a living. And given our situation, charging a toll's the best way to do it. Sounds rewarding. No, it's not. We've got nothing better going for us. We're hive dwellers. Even the scant education I got won't get me out of here, and no one wants a hive dweller. So we make sure we're not entirely ignored. Whatever, farewell. Before you go, I need to ask a favor from you. This slice of alley just isn't big enough for us in the Dark Alley Shivs. We got heart. They got hate. Kill off their leader, Rotten William, and you'll get free passage through the alley from us for the rest of your life. You come through here often enough, that'll save you a lot of jink. He's already dead. Well, I'm getting a lot of experience for killing this guy that just attacked me on sight, and I didn't even get, it wasn't really even a choice. Just one of the random thugs was named. I'm like, ah, Rotten William, I guess. Okay. It's done? Rotten William is gone? You have my thanks, traveler, and you will never again pay a toll for passage to the alley of dangerous angles. I have but one more request for you. What is it? There's a dangerous killer, a lone wolf who goes by the name Black Rose. He's preying on my people. I ask that you stop him. He's dead too. Wow, 4,500 experience for fighting one guy, basically, and the fact that I fought another guy ages ago. And I got 1,000 copper, damn. She hands you a large, patched purse. You have my thanks, and the thanks of the Razor Angels. We part friends, and shall remember you. Sure, farewell.
I feel stronger.
I feel stronger. It was very funny. Just how much happened from almost nothing. I'm just like, alright, game. Neutral good. Oh, we gotta get more chaotic. I gotta be more unlawfully good. I've got cred. Maintain. You know, let's do a fuck you out of stealth real quick, because I would like to be able to stealth better, because it might be necessary to proceed with the story even. Saving throws have improved. Backstab multiplier increased by 1. Like, I do an entire extra attack worth of damage, right? Like if it was a 2 times multiplier, now it's a 3 or whatever. 20 thief points, 1 characteristic point, 5 HPs. I got a characteristic point. I should really have more thief skill at this point. That would make sense. That would make sense. What is my backstab damage times 3? Damn. With decent stealth and backstab, I might be able to take out the leader of that one group when I have to sneak in, and that might significantly increase my odds. If nothing else, some decks might be able to change my hit chance and 2B hit chance enough that I can have some of these fights work out better in my favor. They tell me you get free passage through Razor Angel territory now, Burke. Don't abuse it. Hail, friend. You have my thanks. Treat the alley, humble as it may be, as your home. Farewell. I meant to ask about her, but the game didn't let me. It just felt appropriate to ask about the angels first, and then about her. But once I asked about the angels, all I could do was say goodbye. And then once I said goodbye, it railroaded me through 2 conversations about killing people that I already killed. And now I can't talk to her anymore, so we'll never know the story of Crystal. She just really likes champagne. That's her backstory. Cool. Alright, well, that happened. Are these more shitty knives? More shitty knives, more shitty knives. Where do I put all shitty knives? Oh, there's a bronze ring. A claw charm. I would have picked that up. Maybe I just missed it. Or there's just so many redundant items that I just lost track of it in the mess. Put the claw there, put the tail there. Yeah, you got 10 tails. Trying to clean up this mess of an inventory. I think this might be the cathedral, but there were people trying to do like a summoning thing here, but they all died. So it might be bad news for my box situation. Call him Green Thing. Alright.
I'm gone.
The crates are they got evil barrels here. What am I gonna do? Is that the cathedral? I think that's probably the cathedral, the burnt building. It's hoped that a higher source of power will intervene and banish the fiend before it escapes. Maybe they're saying I should just open the box here? And I can just save and find out. This seems like a bad idea. This appears to be a small wooden box. Intricate designs etched in gold adorn the box. At one time, this box would have been worthy enough to be displayed at any aristocrat's estate. However, years of neglect have taken their toll and it appears to be falling apart. If not for the large ruby mounted in the front of the box, it would be worthless. Feelings of dread seem to emanate from the box. Yay! You see a well-crafted ornate box and a large red gem mounted in the face of the box. Feelings of dread seem to emanate from it. Open. Evil slime monster! The fiend. I don't think he's a party member. I think he's a dickhead.
What's up? You know, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna puke.
Is he aggroed? Oh! Like a big scary explosion or something. Anyone else gonna help fight this thing?
You see that?
It doth appeared to be aggroed. That wasn't so bad.
I'm gone.
They just dropped a rusty dagger of questionable origin. 3 to 8 piercing. That's pretty good. I wish I could identify it. Despite its rusty appearance, this dagger manages to retain a razor-sharp edge. Blood from the fiend you pulled it from has permanently bonded to the dagger. What if it's bad? What if it does a bad thing? Item cursed! I can't take it off. That's probably what just happened, isn't it? Yep. I'm like, I bet this is bad somehow. Fiend's Blood Dagger. Cursed. -4 save versus spells casted. Causes the user to go berserk in combat. Years of being embedded in the flesh of a fiend have imbued this once ordinary dagger with qualities best left with their kind. Blood of the fiend has infused itself with the dagger, causing it to feel slightly warm to the touch. When in combat, the user of this dagger can hear a constant chittering in the back of his mind, causing him to lose all self-control, making him unstoppable in combat but vulnerable to spells. The history of this dagger is for the most part unknown. More than likely, some Burke perished while fighting the fiend, losing his dagger as well as his life. For now, the name is but a description. It has yet to earn a proper title. Well, it turns out you can identify items by putting them on. So let's just... in for a penny, in for a pound. Hee hee hee. Are you identified? No? Please? Nope. Womp womp. I was hoping you could identify them by putting them on like the other stuff, but I guess not. Mordor's Ruby. A fairly large ruby recovered from Mordor's box. Gems of this quality are valued by practitioners of the art as a component for various spells. How do I use that, though? I believe the whole point of curse means I can't take it off, and it also has a negative effect. But it is also very strong, by the standards of the weapons I've had so far, at least. So, you know, give and take a bit. You make it worth my while if you bring him a spell ruby. I guess this is a spell ruby. Is it like too strong of a spell ruby though? Like, is it like is it wasteful to give him that one? I wonder. The upper wards. I don't think I can go there yet. There's a mausoleum full of the walking dead. The entrance is north and west of the Dustman Memorial. That must be the portal. That must be the portal I've already been in. Black barbed seed. Find the fruit merchant in the hive market. Where's the hive market? Well, time to face the consequences of my actions.
Done.
I have concluded fucking about and now it's time to find out. Ward. Buried village. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Time to find out how berserk I go.
Yeah.
Am I yellow?
Swine.
Jesus Christ.
Die.
No, calm down. Do not obliterate my skull. So it seems he does try to attack the other skull, which is bad. We don't want him to kill our teammate. But it seems like once combat ends, because there's no more enemies, it turns off. I noticed that he had a yellow circle. The Porphyros necklace thing. Let's see. I met a strange man in the hive with shifting lines on his face. He claims to be a soldier from some religious order, but his vows won't let him raise his hand in violence against another. He said a group of thugs in the hive have taken his necklace of prayer beads from him. He said that he last seen the thugs in a bar that burns inside, and they were dressed in red and black. Porphyr, those are different people. Okay. I briefly thought maybe I was supposed to get her necklace for somebody else, but that's not what's going on. And after reading the description, I do remember all that. I wish that the description of this fruit merchant said what region they're supposed to be in. Just says that they're in the market, but I don't know where the market is. Oh, that's the market. That is a stand where that is an area where people are standing around and yelling and getting some work done, I guess. So, one of you must be a fruit merchant. Is it Kosajai? Giskorl? He was the person that is like textiles. Fish. Oh, fruit. The hive merchant of... Ah. Some of these merchants don't have names, but this person does yell about herbs. They said fruit a second ago. The elder merchant has a worldly look to him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Ah, hello there. Are you ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? Mebeth, the midwife in the square, needs some herbs sprung from this seed here. Can you help me? The man takes the seed, looks at it critically. As he presses it between his thumb and forefinger, he winces, and a small drop of blood appears on his thumb. Ah, the seed's got a bite to it. I noticed that. Do you have the herbs she's talking about? He can't seem to take his eyes off the seed. Lad, I don't know if there's anyone who has what your friend seeks, to be square. I've never seen such a seed before. You would need someone who cultivates seeds such as this, for I have none. Very well, then. Where would I find such a person?
Updated my journal.
Don't know the dark of that, friend. He hands the seed back to you. You'd be hard-pressed to find a gardener in the hive. I see. Can I see what else you have? Yeah, I was thinking immediately that the guy that wants me to believe in trees probably is the person to talk to. All manner of delicacies and to delight your palate, my good man. Arborean fire seeds, garbar root, Elysian pears, crimson lotus petals, Bitopian shepherd's breath, shift spice from the chaos of limbo, and sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers for a taste of anything you'd like. Ask about something's taste. What does the bread taste like? What does the shift spice taste like? I can only suggest you try it, my good man, and see for yourself. Purchase something? I'll try the shift spice. He dangles a tiny paper packet before you. Wet your fingertip and place it into the spice, then simply lick it from your finger. Each dip should taste slightly different. Try some. As you finish off the entire packet, in a matter of 9 or 10 licks, as promised, each taste provided you a different flavor. That seems bad for a spice. Maybe this comes in handy somehow? I don't know. I don't think I'm even allowed to buy anything. Just look at them. They're just hanging out, being like, hey, check out how weird the stuff is. Where was the sad tree man? I'm looking for a sad tree. I think that might have been the southeast, the newest zone. Curious about these other merchants, just to see if any of them sell different goods. This attractive young woman is smiling and beckoning to all passers-by as she calls out the virtues of her goods. Plates, jugs, cups, tankards, drink from the goblets of the finest lords. Upon seeing you, she waves you over as if you were an acquaintance. May I see what you're selling here? I sell plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like, sir. All of the quality, sir, the finest. She steps back and lifts the lid of the crate on the wagon behind her. Please, look over my goods. Should you have any questions, feel free to ask. Let's look. You peer into the crate. It's full of plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like. They look to be of varying degrees of quality, but some of it appears quite nice. As you're looking them over, she presses up against you. See anything you like, sir? Her long, waving hair brushes against your shoulder. It smells faintly sweet, like vanilla. Where does this all come from? She flashes a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods were pilfered from the homes of Sigil's nobles. Upon seeing your expression, she laughs sweetly. A jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkerers. These are wares which are discarded from the nobles' manors and made good by them once more. Or the first one was true. I see, but I had some questions. Oh, sir, but wait! She puts her hand on your forearm. Her touch is light as a feather. Are you sure there's nothing you need? Surely something for your own home. Or a gift. She bites her lip coyly, cocking her head slightly. No. Nothing I need. My questions. She looks so sad, you're nearly stricken with guilt. Slowly, she lowers the lid of the crate. Sorry, sir, but I have no time for questions. I must sell what I can before the day is done, and my family is large and hungry. I understand. Farewell. You're definitely lying. You tried to flirt, and it didn't work. This seedy-looking fellow is quick to spot you looking at him. Hey, Basha, get over here. Come see what I got's for you. He winks and waves you over. What do you have to offer me? Ah! An inventory. Very good. I will sell all of my stuff instead of buying your stuff. Ah, buy my weapons, you prick. Please. For all the hype there was, that was not a very difficult fight against a blob man. This wasn't that big of a deal to kill him. Whispering Flask. Usable only by Githzerai. So I'm gonna have a Gith party member? This container holds a peculiar powder called Whispering Motes, loose translation to the Gith expression. A form of healing powder commonly used by the Githzerai on the plane of Limbo. When the stopper is pulled and the spice touched on the skin of a wounded person, the spice travels to the injured person's body, generating raw matter to fill up the holes in its physical form, no matter how small or large. In order for the spice to work, the user must concentrate on its healing effects. With the proper discipline, a practiced Githzerai can even heal the greatest wounds. In addition to its curative properties, it is also the element in several of the rites of passage. It is believed that the spice also fills in the holes in a person's psyche, removing doubts and giving them focus and purpose. Huh. I want to have a Gith, so... Womp womp. Scroll of Blur and Scroll of Luck. Blur would reduce your chances of getting hit. These are all things for people that can cast spells. That's not coming out much. I wasn't expecting all the merchants to be unique, but that was set up by all the skeletons in the first level. I guess there's just so many people around that I kind of look for an opportunity to filter out certain people, because it's just a lot to try to use all, to have to talk to all of them. Jump, Lim, jump! The merchant seems to suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings. Would you like to purchase one of these playful, gamboling Lims, my lord? Not yet. Just what are Lims? They are from the Outlands, my lord. Neither holy insect nor animal. They are friendly, playful, and quite loyal. He takes a sidelong glance at the Lims, then leans close to whisper. Pretty tasty, too, in a pinch. Interesting. I had some other questions. The only questions I'll answer, I'm afraid, are about the Lims, my lord. I'd like to purchase one. A Lim will provide its own food, eating insects, tidy rodents, and the like. They will follow you everywhere you go, are easy to clean up after, are quiet, exercise themselves with their constant flipping about, and, best of all, they leap over 15 feet when prodded with hot coals. Wow. What a selling point. What the fuck? Only cost you but 40 coppers, my lord, a mere pittance for such an entertaining pet and friend. Morte, what do you think? Why not, boss? It'd be fun to kick around while we're down, right? Well, I can kick it vicariously through you at least. I want to see that 15-foot hot cold jump too. I'll take one, merchant. How nice, my lord. Here you are. My own Lim. What have I done? Why have I done? Why have I done? Where is my Lim? There it is. Pet Lim. This is your pet Lim. Talk to item. This is your pet Lim. Noticing it has your attention, it chirps at you belovingly. Peel? Examine your Lim. Your Lim appears both insect and animal in origin. Its legs are oversized, but its arms are small, nearly vestigial, and a brightly speckled half shell runs down its back. It sports twin pairs of insect-like wings and has tiny black eyes and a mouth that always appears to be smiling gleefully. Pet your Lim. Peel. The Lim squirms about merrily, its wings buzzing. It seems to enjoy the affection immensely. Pet your Lim some more. More. It just loops forever. Put your Lim down to run around a bit. There they are. We sure do have a pet. Oh, I can pet the Lim. Oh, that's pet. Just gonna have a Lim. Oh. This is my pet one. Does it follow me around at all, actually, or does it just kind of take off? If I leave, will I lose it? Those are the merchants. Lim sure do exist.
Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Ah!
Good as done.
Does PO help in combat? Oh.
Huh? You know, if I gotta slam my eyeballs against you one more second, I'm gonna puke.
Damn.
Lim does come. Oh! I just killed the hive tout. Were those enemies? How we doing? I don't know if I killed an innocent just now. Did they actually join the fight? Or is that just how dangerous the bystander part of this is for me? Honestly, I might as well swap these out. Who wants to buy my daggers? Please, please, please.
Done.
He might just run around and murder someone every now and then after fights. Like, all these ambushes are getting more and more dangerous for anyone nearby at this rate. I think the tree was up here. Mourns for trees. Mourns for trees smiles widely upon seeing you. Ah, my friend. You've returned. Something you wished of me? I need some herbs sprung from this seed. Can you help me? Mourns for trees takes the seed from you and holds it up to his eye. What an odd seed. Are those teeth along the edge? Barbs, perhaps. Where did you come by it, friend? Old Mebeth, the midwife of the square, needs some herbs sprung from that seed. Do you know where I could get some? No. Mourn for Trees continues to stare at the seed in his hand. This is the only seed of its kind I've ever seen. Ah! He winces and a spot of blood glistens in his thumb. The barbs on it are sharp indeed. Perhaps you should hold it. So you can't help me either. Unless you can make that one grow, I cannot. Again, I've never seen a seed like this before, friend. If we wanted it to grow enough, is it possible to make it grow? Mourns for Trees looks at the seed. Perhaps, if you cared enough to see it grow. What do you mean? This is Sigil, friend. Belief is everything. Everything, from the spire on which Sigil rests, to even that tiny seed you hold there. If you believe enough, anything is possible. Focus on the seed, will it to grow. To your surprise, there is a crack, and the seed splits, twigs splitting from its surface like fingers. Instinctively, you drop the seed, but the talon-like twigs wrap around your wrist and will not let go. Uh-oh. What the hell's?
Updated my journal.
Mourns for Trees stares at the barbed branches wrapped around your wrist, stunned. I think the barbs on those new branches would be more than enough for what your friend needs. I hope she can get this damn thing off me. Any change in the trees yet? No, not yet, friend. I still have hope, though. I speak to people every day. That's good. Farewell, Mourns for Trees. I've got a scary arm branch tree now. That's alarming. That sure do be happening now. Welp. Don't like this. Ah! Who'd you just kill? I just killed a harlot. Oh my goodness. How's my orient... Does it change my alignment when I just randomly murder people?
What's up, Chief? Sure, why not?
Boy, this quickly is becoming a problem. No! I'm being attacked by everybody. Okay, let's just back out of this. Let's cool down. Just loading a game will destroy current information. Okay.
I'm gone.
I need to learn about how to remove curses or something. This is becoming absurd. I don't understand the logic. I mean, I understand it in game. It's like, combat has begun. But like, in universe, it doesn't really make that much sense that my character just fucking spontaneously starts stabbing people out of nowhere. When it's supposed to be like a thing that happens during combat.
Updated my journal.
Like, he's like, aha, somebody over there has decided that this is combat. I will now run up to a random harlot and stab them, even though I have not been attacked or like felt like the adrenaline. Like you think that he's like experiencing some kind of like adrenaline of like combat. Like, oh fuck, in his blood rage, he attacked one of the prostitutes nearby after murdering all of the enemies. But no, he like immediately aggroes on a random bystander because somebody across the map is currently aggroed on him, and there isn't even a moment of like
Good as done.
behaving any differently. I can't even tell him who to attack. It's a good thing he's really bad at attacking my party member, at least. It's hard to click on things you're standing on. So many eel wings.
Done.
Apparently there's still somebody hostile nearby. Oh, there he is. Quick, come all the way over here without making me murder everyone. The moment combat starts, I can't control my main character anymore. I had a death save? Oh!
Good as done. Yeah, okay.
I'm gone.
On one hand, maybe I should run away before the fight starts, before the fight ends, so that he doesn't kill them. On the other hand, when he attacks random bystanders, he's more likely to kill them than he is usually our friend here. I can clot charm the skull. A little surprising that works, given that it's a skull. Not totally sure what I'm clotting at that point. Anyway, this is the map I'm mostly still trying to explore.
Sure.
Ah, fuck. Oh no, run away, harlot! Run away!
Plain swine.
Okay, didn't hit anyone that time.
Done.
The number of aggroing people is getting to be a lot. I killed so many people when all I wanted to do was come over here and potentially buy a new tattoo. Because I've got muns, hun. Which ones did I buy again? Should check that. +1 damage to with all attacks, and +2 to dexterity. Those are pretty good. Those is pretty good. Razor Angel. Not usable by evil characters. That Razor Angels must be pretty good then. Tattoo's a reminder of the aid you gave to the Razor Angels in the Alley of Darkness, of dangerous angles. Angles, not to be confused with angels, which are different, but they're in the same place. Your strike against the evil in the heart of the alley now grants you some protection against those with the spite in their hearts. Limited number of uses. I guess they're implying it has a defense against evil, but it's not actually explained mechanically, like in a stat block. It's 1 to strength, 2 to strength, but only for fighters. Intelligence, wisdom, +2 to wisdom isn't bad for experience and whatnot. +2 to charisma. I want 2 AC. See, I think it makes sense to get the 2 wisdom. Yeah, +2 con and armor class and strength are all require fighter, so I can't even try those. And I want to have the best possible thing in the slot and not a baby version, so let's get this big old chunk of wisdom. Now I've got +2 wisdom, an eyeball, yeah, +2 dex, +2 wisdom, and +1 to all damage. is pretty strong in D&D rules because of how low things tend to be. And I have 19 wisdom and 17 dex and 15 charisma. That's not the worst.